welcome back from break. We're investigating some traps. All right, so it's at this time. I'm going to need both of you to roll initiative. Not a surprise round, but you are getting attacked.
20.
Nice.
That's the only time I'll get a 20, just so you know. Bird whistling and initiative.
All right, so, and Jay, can you also roll that for me? Okay, so we're just getting a couple of these dudes over here.
I agree.
All right, cool. So, Donnie, you're going to go. And then we got a couple of these dudes here.
What do they look like?
They're small lizards, kobolds, as it were.
Wow, we're surrounded on 3 sides.
Yep. They have you sort of find them like you get to this dart and you kind of look up and you hear them sort of rattling around over there. And Donnie, it's your turn. You see them. They're kind of up in the trees. They got the slings ready.
Do they have cover?
No, they don't have any cover. No.
Okay. So are we going under the assumption that this grid is accurate for range then?
Yeah. Let me actually move them a little bit closer then. Yep. Yep. Accurate for range now. Okay, cool.
Okay. I am going to attempt to Eldritch Blast the guy over here.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Sure does.
7 damage.
Boom. So you fire off your Eldritch Blast. What does it look like when you like what kind
of? Well, that's a good question. Do you want me to like? I can tell you what the book says it looks like, or I can make it up.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to sort of add your character's flair to it, like so. You know, what do they do? How do they invoke it? Like, what do they do?
This is gonna sound really kind of ridiculous, but I imagine my character being extremely nonchalant.
It's sort of like a.
I just sort of go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just it probably is a sort of a reddish ball of energy with maybe some blue swirl spiraling in it as it shoots out from my hand in the direction.
Yeah, so you just like shoot this thing off, and like just in like typical like cool guys don't look at explosions. Like it just evaporates this dude, this kobold, just, and he dies.
And it's not that I'm trying to act cool; it's that I'm not trying to make a big show of what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this kobold, both of these just saw you shoot magic energy out of your hands. Actually, let me roll perception for them just to see. Okay, one of them saw that. So one of them is going to attack you, and the other is going to attack Jay. So this one's to you, Donnie. It just completely misses. Like it's like up in the tree, and then it like it starts like winging around its sling, and then the whole sling just falls to the ground. Like instead of just releasing the rock, just releases the whole thing.
Ouch.
Tristan, this one is a 13. Does that hit you?
Negative. Nope.
All right. Yeah. So you have like a rock just sploosh right or like in the dirt right near you from this kobold here. What would you like to do?
All right. With my short bow.
You're attacking with the short bow. Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Yeah, with my short bow.
All right.
What are the rules on drawing a weapon in this game, in this version? Is it a free action?
Yeah.
Awesome.
go ahead and roll whenever you're ready.
Short bow has. I just wanted to check the distance. 80 feet and 320, so they're still within regular distance.
Yeah. Yeah, still within regular distance. Yep. Boom. All right. Roll damage.
Ooh.
23 to hit.
Just gonna drink my hint of cherry water over here. Tastes deliciously like someone took the stem of a cherry and swished it around in about 5 gallons of water.
All right. Oh, nice. All right. So yeah, you shoot at it, and it just sort of impales him, and then he like sort of looks at it, and then squeals, and then just sort of hits the ground. Boom. Dead. All right. Cool. So now you see what you didn't see before. 2 more kobolds jump in. These ones look a little bit different. They're sort of like
Different.
I'm trying to find the thing. Okay. All right. All right. So these, I don't have a different picture. I thought I did, but I did not. These ones are sort of, they have like sort of bat wings. So they like sort of glide. They glide at you. And where did you?
They're what now?
They're like winged. They have like prehensile wings, and they like sort of jump out of the trees and glide. And they glide all the way to you. However, they do not. They are unable to attack. So they spend all their time gliding, but now they're right on you. All right, and back to the top of the order, Donnie.
They're okay. I've lost track of where his character is.
It's like in this tree right here.
Oh, I see. Okay. I am going to attempt to attack because assuming this guy over here has to spend at least a round climbing down out of the tree to get his bolo or what the fuck ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna attack this guy that is flanking my friend here.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast. Rolled a 9. Does a 9 hit?
9 does not hit. Sorry about that.
Alrighty. I tried.
All right. Very cool. Yeah. So this guy does in fact run down the tree, and then pick up his thing, load it up, and that's his whole turn. Like he's just sort of fiddling around with it, like sort of looking nervously at you, like, oh my god, like what am I doing? And he also may be checking to see if the other winged kobolds like noticed that he did this, like 'cause he might be a little bit embarrassed. All right, Tristan, your turn.
They're both within 5 feet of me, and you said it's a free action to draw a weapon in this.
Yeah.
Is that putting away a weapon and grabbing a new weapon, or would that be a bonus action and then?
Yeah, so it's like doing weapon like stuff. Like you could drop one of your weapons and then take out another one. Like that's just stuff. Like unless it's excessive, it's not going to be like a
Okay. Yeah, I just can't attack with a short bow unless it's disadvantaged. So I'll
Yeah.
Put the short bow away and pull out the rapier.
Mhm.
And attempt to hit the one that is to the east of the screen of me.
Okay.
So if you want to make a map ping, if you just hold the button down on your left click, you can actually ping. Like let's say you wanted to say I'm attacking this guy, you can just hold it down and it'll make a circle ping.
Are you seeing that from me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. 16 hits.
1, 2. Yikes.
Holy damage. All right. Yeah. So you just like impale him, and he just sort of like freaks out, and then just sort of like slumps over and dies. Yeah. That takes him out. You just impaled him right through some like whatever vital organs he has in there. They're
no longer.
Yeah. Those aren't gonna work anymore. All right. Then this last one here. This one's gonna attack you. That is a 18. All right. So he's attacking you with like a short, like really gross dagger. And you're gonna take.
Hope you have your tetanus shot.
Yeah, you're gonna take 4 damage from that.
All right.
It's like gives you a good cut across the arm here. All right.
Yeah, that's really good.
Donnie,
My
back
turn.
to you. Yep.
I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be 30 feet, I think, or 25 feet, which I think gives me at least 50% cover from the rock to this guy here.
Yep. Sure.
And then I'm going to attempt to attack this guy again with the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
23 hits for sure.
Yep.
And 5 damage.
5 damage. He doesn't like it, but he's still alive. All right. So
I've agitated him slightly.
Yeah. Well, there's all these like blue and red sort of burn marks all over his body, and he sort of gets mad and starts just like trying to stab at Tristan with his dagger. He's going to. Oh, sorry, Tristan. You're first. Yeah.
Okay.
Whew. Yeah, that hits. Yeah. So he like comes back to like attack you with his dagger, and you just stab him right through his neck, and then he just falls and dies. All right. I don't think this guy should have gone, so he's gonna move this way, and then he's gonna sling at you. Yeah, from here. Tristan, attacking you.
All right.
That is a 18.
Oh yeah, sure hits.
6 damage.
I fall out of the tree.
Well, I don't think you weren't like up in the tree.
Okay.
You were like because like the dart was like pretty low to the ground there.
Okay.
So yeah, so he connects with Tristan just like right in the back of the head, and Tristan just sort of like slumps over onto the ground.
Shit.
All right.
I had not considered that I would be making him the target. I am going to. Can I hop up on the rock or would that take more than just regular movement?
Yeah, I would say since like you're using it as cover, it would just take an extra 5 feet of movement. But yeah, you could. But you can like attack, move, like any combination. Like there's no.
All right, so I'm just gonna hop up on the rock and blast him.
Sure.
22 hits.
Yep.
9 damage. That kills, right?
Yep, that definitely takes him out.
Okay.
He also just sort of collapses.
Right. I am going to. Well, I'm gonna go see about my buddy here that fell out of the tree.
All right. So as he runs over to you, Tristan, I'm gonna need you to make a death save.
18.
Cool.
And now I can stabilize him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Yep. You can make a medicine check.
Oh, cool, because that's something I'm really good at. So, yeah.
you're great at it.
I poke him with a stick.
So.
You still around, buddy?
So yeah, you're like and you're like trying to like get through your pack, like you know you have some bandages and some stuff in there.
I really don't though.
Well, we'll say for the sake of like you guys are adventurers and you're trained for this, like you wouldn't have just taken nothing. So like we'll say that you spent this round.
Buy a bedroll though, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so. All right, I'm gonna dig around and maybe you know what I'm going to do?
Okay.
I'm going to tear a big strip off of my noble clothing.
Oh yes.
And I want him to see that's what I did when he wakes up.
Nice. I love it. Well, speaking of him waking up, so you make that decision, but that takes your whole turn. So he has to make another death save. So go ahead and do that.
Oh no.
All right,
One
so
and
that
one.
1 and 1. All right, so now make another medicine check. See if you can stabilize him this turn. Uh-oh. All right, so you're like, okay, what do I need to breathe? Like, am I doing the Heimlich right now? Like, you're really trying. All right, make another death save, Tristan.
Oh no. So he has to fail 3 of them, right?
Yeah. Oh!
20.
So you're like you're like very confused. You like tie up around his arm, but like he still doesn't wake up, and you're really. And then all of a sudden he just like it just takes a breath and looks up at you.
Oh. Hey.
Oh, sorry I took a nap.
Oh, it's fine. And I look down at my shirt that is like probably tied on a place the only place that isn't injured.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I did my best. So, on to the looting. And then I just get up and proceed to start checking corpses.
What does natural 20? Does that bring you to 1 hit point?
Yeah, it brings you to 1 hit point exactly. Yep. All right, so
Maybe they'll have a healing potion in that loot.
Or we'll probably have to take a long rest.
Yeah.
Because I think you get your hit dice times your level per day, I guess, and you can earn them back per long rest, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm,
You have to roll them. Yeah, but that still means I could roll a 1.
That would be rough. Okay, you stay here, and I'm gonna look around in the bodies.
You find 8 gold.
That's it.
That's it. Like,
Okay.
so what I'm gonna do for just like expedience sake is basically like you find like daggers and leather armor and stuff like that you would eventually bring back and sell for gold and whatnot, and we're just sort of skipping over that, and I'm just saying like all the money worth equivalent of gear is just 8 gold. So I'm just fast
Right, unless
forward.
it's something that we didn't automatically have already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if I wanted a sling, Jason? What would Jesus do?
Then you could buy a sling with that 8 gold. I don't know what you want from me.
What if I immediately wanted to, like, what if there's a short sword +1? You're not gonna like convert that to 200 gold, are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, I meant just for like basic stuff, like not
Okay.
like anything.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean if you want to take a sling or whatever, that's fine. You could just have a
Nope.
sling.
I go back and I give him 3 gold and I say, "This is half the loot." And I put 5 in my pocket.
All right. Feel free to let me know if you want to roll for that or deception or whatever. But
Well, I mean, he has no reason. He has.
right.
I will roll deception if.
Well, I meant
Sure.
if Tristan feels like that could be the case, like I'll let you be the decision maker on that, Jay.
No, he hasn't done anything to proven that he's not willing to help me yet.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll just sleight of hand his purse later. It's fine.
Okay. Cool.
Well, why would you have reason to do that, though?
Because he's just a pickpocket.
I think yeah, like after you have made proof or whatever. Okay, so moving on from that, what would you guys like to do? Tristan's pretty badly injured.
I think that since we know this area is clear, we should back out a little bit the way we came and make a concealed small camp and take a rest.
So my thought is we can either do that or there is a trap just over to our screen right.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah, if we stay over there, and that way that trap will be like an indicator for us because someone's already set up a trap. Or do you think that that's the Cobalt's trap?
Well, that's a fall trap, right? Like if they step on the log and they'll fall down into it.
Yeah, I mean it looks less of like a complete fall. Like there isn't much to fall, but it's like more of like a pressure plate kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could. I just think that being over here, being like in this area, we're in low ground because we're in a riverbank, which is generally, and we're in a wide open area whereas there's cover at other places. So
Right.
This puts us at a more of a risk for ambush or being spotted.
Sure, we can go up to the woods.
Maybe just like up, over in this direction somewhere, back the way, because we already know the way we came is clear. All right.
All right, cool. So you go over and take a rest. Go ahead and make me a stealth roll. We can basically, you guys are both stealthing, so we'll just do the advantage thing. Each of you roll, and we'll just take the higher of the two.
Okay. I think I just got a.
Yeah, he got a nat 20.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you guys are totally quiet for the hour that you need in order to rest. Like you find a good spot, all that stuff. So go ahead and roll your hit die to recover health.
I didn't get hit.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you add your con to this too, or is it just your hit die?
Yeah, I think you do add your con. Yeah. Ooh.
Wow, pretty awesome.
Nice. Yeah. So it's a good refreshing break. You're.
Must have been that bandage made of noble cloth.
Yeah. Why don't you while you're resting play out like you realizing that he's sort of put this around you. You know, like make that.
I'm
moment.
gonna like take it and I'm gonna cherish it, and like make like one of the sashes, like put it on my shoulder so that way I can show that I've been with like this noble person. And he like rubs it in the dirt to try to get the blood stain out of it, but obviously that doesn't work. So it just becomes dirtier, and then it looks like it fits, like it's been weathered with him.
But you wear it kind of like a sash.
Yeah, like a sash up on my shoulder. Yep.
That's cool. Do you say anything, or do you just like are you just doing that action so that they notice it?
I'm doing it so they'll notice it. Like, I'm definitely not one for the nobles, but like he seems to be going out of his way, even though now he's not wearing his noble robes. He seems to be going out of his way to help take care of me and make sure that I don't completely die. Even if he tied the bandage around my ankle and my head was
yeah. He the effort is there, right?
Yeah,
Like, I know that I'm supposed to tie cloth to you somewhere. That's the limit to my knowledge.
All right. Very cool. So, did you want to do anything, Donnie?
Oh no, I'm just going to sort of like try and remain vigilant to the surroundings, really.
Yep. You all are not bothered.
Wait, there was a double negative there. Does that mean we were bothered?
Oh no, sorry, I just stuttered. You are all
not bothered.
Not bothered. So that's great. So you guys are done your thing, and then this right here is where you found you spotted the boot print, Tristan.
Hold on, I must not be where you are on the map.
It's in the bottom right.
Yep. So just sort of on this sort of dry bed, like a sand and rocks, and you just see like a boot print there. So why don't you all give me a survival check or investigation, whichever you feel like would be better, and we'll see what you
want
find.
us both to roll and then see who gets better, and then we'll do that for like the advantage thing.
Sure.
Oh man.
Cool. So you guys are kind of looking around, and Relaine finds it, and it's like, oh, here it is, and then you sort of start following these tracks. So you follow the tracks for quite a ways, and then eventually you come upon what you notice to be sort of like a little like a dug-in hole. Like at a first glance, you might think it's like a really bad pit trap, but you quickly realize that it's like someone like has prepared this place to sleep. Like they like dug it a hole so that they can like cover it over, and then they can sleep in there. And you think that like you've seen the kobold size, and then you're like, this is bigger than a kobold.
I attempt to make the birdie noises.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an advantage roll.
So I roll 1d. I roll it.
Twice, and you take the higher.
Twice.
Yeah, and performance.
21.
Cool. Yeah. So you make the noise, and you wait like a minute or so, and then you hear the sound again, sort of like almost exactly like you heard it the first time from the father, and then the the young dwarf steps out of the bushes, and she's like wearing armor, and she's got like daggers and stuff, and she sort of looks very surprised when she sees you, and because she was expecting him, right? Because like you did it so well, like you mimic the sound.
Okay. Lady Coyden, I presume.
Hmm. Yeah.
I assure you, we mean you no harm. We're here at the behest of your parents. They're very worried about you.
Sure they are. Um, so I don't want to go back. Can you just tell them that you didn't find me?
Um. Well, no. But perhaps we can come to some form of other agreement.
Like what?
Well, maybe you could come back and tell them that you wish to leave, and that way they'll know that you've left of your own accord and aren't dead, weren't kidnapped, and that we aren't lying about having found you.
uh, she kind of laughs, because like you sort of reveal to her your motives, and she kind of looks at you and then at Tristan, and she says, "I will go back and tell them this for you, but I want you to help me with these monsters."
Deal.
she's like she's like she didn't expect you to agree so fast. So she's like, "All right."
I
Okay.
mean, what's the other option? We leave without you and you fight the monsters alone and we failed either way. Or we have to fight the monsters to get them off you to save you from the monsters. Either way, we either fight the monsters or lose. So we might as well do it together than apart. Am I wrong here, Tristan?
No, I think that us working together is going to be the best bet. Maybe this time they'll make sure I don't fall out of a tree.
Yeah. You know, maybe don't climb a tree.
she she sort of looks at you and gives you the like fake impressed look, like, wow. like like this is who they sent. You can tell she has like a bit of a mean streak. But okay, she nods, and she's like, okay, I've been trying to track this one. He's the one making all the traps. So there's a bunch of traps. I don't know if you've noticed them, but so be careful as we kind of approach.
So you've been trying to track the Trappist.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Okay. And she sort of like, you can see that sort of math going on in her head.
Carry the two and
Yeah.
yes.
So you guys sort of, she kind of leads you around. She knows about where she's going, but she doesn't exactly know. Like at first, she's like, okay, there's a trap there, but then after that, she's like, there may be more traps. I haven't gone this far. So I'm gonna need both of you to roll perception.
Oh, I'm so good at this.
Hey, I'm only a little bit better than you.
50% better.
Oh, you rolled. That was your 10, Donnie.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as you go, Donnie, you miss noticing one of those poison dart traps, and I'm gonna need you to make a reflex saving or a dexterity saving throw to see if you can dodge it.
Can I try to try to acrobatics him out of the way if I noticed it, or did I not see it either?
So basically, like I had you guys roll the same time, but like they're for different traps at different points in the journey. If you would like to make an acrobatics check, you can do that.
I
But
flip him in the head.
the DC will be higher, and you'll take the damage instead of him if you mess up. So I will allow that. It'll just be harder because you get more of a bonus from acrobatics.
Right. No, he saved me once, so now I have to save him.
Okay, so give me that acrobatics check.
11.
Okay, you get hit by it, and
Oh no!
you're gonna take 2 damage, and then I'm gonna need you to make another saving throw, a con one this time.
Fuck. That's something I am good at.
Okay,
18.
you
Thank
take
goodness.
no more additional damage from that.
That's good.
So what we see is you're kind of wandering, and then all of a sudden, like Donnie, you step on this thing, and then Tristan, you notice that that line that you had spotted previously, like you're like, oh, I know where it's coming from, so you like push Raylene out of the way, and then you just like your arm gets hit by the dart, and you sort of look at it and pull it out as fast as you can. You think only a little bit of the poison got in.
Okay.
Oh man. Thank you. I say thank you so much. And then I start rummaging around in my bag and I tear another strip off that. And I just sort of like awkwardly hand it to him. I trust you know how to do this better than me.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he'll wrap that around his arm a couple times and tie it off.
All right. So as you guys continue to move, the next trap you do notice, Tristan. This is one of those like as you walk, there's like a little bit of like a rope across the ground, and then if you were to trip over this rope, like a tree branch would just sort of hit you. But you notice it well before anyone gets close to it, and you just sort of walk around it.
I'll make note of it.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna make note of it like we did on the first one.
Sure.
So that way we can maybe have advantage when we're trying to run like heck from this monster that we may find.
Yeah, for sure. That's smart. And you keep going. The last trap that you encounter, she gets hit by. So what she's doing is she's sort of slowly making small marks on trees so that you can find your path back, like if you get lost or whatever. So she's like kind of making small marks on trees, and then she sort of haphazardly makes one, but this like magical energy comes out of the tree and just blasts her right in the chest. And she takes just sort of it's an impact. It like sits her down on her butt, and it like takes the wind out of her. And she definitely took some damage from it.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna pat Raylene on the back and say, "You're the doctor. You're better at this. I'm gonna go investigate the trap."
Right.
Okay.
I got this, and I start ripping off a piece of my
Yeah, you think like it was more of just like someone just sucker punched her, and it just sort of took the wind out of her. So a couple minutes of just like just breathing and getting ready. She's fine. Tristan, can you make me an Arcana check for me?
7.
You sort of round the tree, and on the other side of the tree, like there's like imagine like a tree, right? And then like you hollowed out like a chunk of it and just put like a huge like stone in there. And then on that stone are like some magical sigils that like you don't understand what they mean, but like you can definitely see that there's some sort of like magic rock, like a big magic rock. It's like bigger than your head, just stuffed into this tree.
Um, Doctor, you should come check out on this side of the tree.
I just take like the strip of cloth and I awkwardly like wrap it around her torso.
She's like, what is happening? Like she tries to like pat you off, and she's like, I'm fine, and she just gets up like.
Well, suit yourself. And I make my way around the tree.
All right, so you can give me an Arcana check as well.
Ooh, something I am capable of doing. Okay. Natural 20.
Very capable. So the first thing you notice is that this is a rune of magic missile. So like the spell, like you've heard of this spell. It's like a classic wizard spell. It was one shot, so the magic is no longer there. Like it's been expended. So anyone who touches this tree now is fine. The other thing that you notice is that this stone, you think that like you spent some time around dwarves and you know that like this sort of stone isn't something that was like a it's not a dwarven cut stone. It like you think that it might actually be a chunk or a piece of that tower off in the distance.
Okay. I relate that information to Tristan.
So as you guys are conversing, she comes over and she's like, "What are you guys talking about?"
Stuff.
Okay,
We're talking about the plan to get you back home after we find this monster, but you just can't keep on running into traps.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of traps here. I think we're close. I can smell them. All right. So we're gonna use the same battle map. I don't have another battle map. And you guys are gonna be here. I'm gonna find another image for her. Cool. And she will be this sort of like tank.
Yep.
All right, cool. And then you guys come out of the bushes down here. Erase this. All right. You see a few things. First thing you see is this dude over here. He's another little kobold, but he has like what looks like a big metal helmet and like a little light coming out of it, and he's sort of digging up in this square here, right here. He's like setting up some sort of trap in that place. Then there is also four of those dudes. And give me a perception check.
We're good.
That's all of the bad guys. That's all of them. All right. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? Like, so you see them and they're digging up some trap. He obviously has like an entourage. She's like, okay, that's the one. What do you want to do?
Well, we need to do an initiative, don't we?
Well, like they haven't noticed you yet, so we're not like in combat. Like we're like
Right.
sort of like you see them. You can discuss a plan if you'd like.
So are we assuming this terrain is still terrain that we are?
Yeah. We'll
'Cause I
we'll
don't
use
wanna
it. Just imagine the like the river part is just not there. Like it's just like the bushes.
Okay. So
Actually, you know what? We can
I just don't want to make a plan based on like, oh, there's a rock here. We'll use that for cover or whatever the fuck if it's not.
yeah. Just imagine everything is there except for the river part.
Okay.
So it's all just flat ground.
Yeah.
Well, can Rogue still like I shouldn't my character wouldn't know that. I was gonna ask if rogues can sneak attack with ranged weapons, but I don't. My character wouldn't know that anyway, so I wouldn't suggest it.
I don't
All right.
even know.
As long as you have advantage, you can do it.
Well, and then the girl we're with is kind of not really set up to be sneaky, huh?
Yeah.
No, she is. I just use this as like a model. She looks like much like Tristan would look.
If he
So
was
she looks more roguish than like paladin or fighter-ish.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Sorry.
Perhaps you guys we can sneak around and get them by surprise.
We might be able to get them from surprise if we can just get up to near that big log that's down.
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys are gonna try and sneak to like here-ish.
No,
Yeah.
well, hold on.
Yeah, I'm just
Because-
using this as an indicator. Sorry.
This, see where I'm pinging right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
This gives, I think, this guy half cover from here.
Yeah. If you're shooting at it for, like in this direction.
I don't
I
think we can hit them.
I was just worried about picking off the little guys, and then we'll deal with the big guy if we have to get close to him.
Okay. Humor me. What do you think about maybe if we come over to like here? Is that too far?
That's all flat ground, and that's all out in the open.
Well,
so I
this
was trying.
is a rock. This is a big rock, isn't it? Is it not?
Yeah. We'll just here. I'll just. No, it's okay.
I thought that whole area was a big like triangle-shaped rock that we could go along the right side of for cover. So we'd like up to here we'd have the log,
Right.
and then we'd have
And
the
go over.
rock,
Here. Put a couple
And then-
bushes there for you.
and then but maybe that's too far. Is that too far of a range for one? Are angle blocks still
Just
still
5.
five?
Just 5. Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 through. That's from this corner here to the farthest to the right guy. That's like 40 feet. So maybe that's.
That might be like I can start shooting earlier than that. I can go up to 80 feet. I was trying to figure out what 16 squares was, and that puts me roughly where this log is.
Yeah. Do you want to be on it, or do you want to use it for like? Because if you go to the right side of it, like here,
Mhm.
and attack like this guy and this guy, I think you still can shoot them. Whereas everything on the left, like the 3 guys, cannot shoot at you.
Right. No, that's my goal. My goal is to make this
Okay.
log give me partial cover.
That works. That sounds good. And then I'll come. I have probably the most range, so I'll come to the right over here, and then I don't. I guess Jason, you can decide what she would think is best to do. 'Cause,
Sure.
Like,
She'll try to sneak over to those bushes with you.
okay. Sound like a plan?
Yep. All right. Cool. So let's roll some stealths.
I'm gonna botch this so hard. I know it. Oh god.
No, I'm waiting for me to roll like a 1.
10. I'm like, I hope they don't find me. I'm
Right.
gonna sneak right up on them.
All right. So yeah, no one really stealthed all that well. So you guys get to about here, I would say.
We made it 15 feet.
Yeah, we moved half our first movement, and then we all stepped on the same branch together.
Yeah,
I think
and then you sort of
Jason,
alert them to your presence. Yeah.
Jason, I think you actually have to give us our full first movement for the turn.
Well, like this is just where the combat's gonna start. You're gonna be able to like move on your action, but this is just like when the combat starts. So you're just kind of sneaking.
So we don't get a sneak attack or a surprise round.
Yeah, nothing like that. Like
Okay, so you're not counting that as a full turn. You're just counting it as pre-combat.
yeah,
Understood.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
All right, cool. So go ahead and roll initiative, you two.
I knew I was gonna get a fucking 10 on that. Oh gosh. 15.
Oh yeah, I got a 15 as well.
It shows me 16 for you.
Yeah, so it's just me at 16 too.
Oh great. Nope. Yeah, it totally is a 16. Why did? All right, great.
All right.
Yep. 16.
Even better.
Cool.
Right. I'll take it. Bonus.
All right. So like yeah, the noise happens. All the kobolds like look over, and like all of you like recognize exactly what's gonna happen. But she realizes it before you, and she just darts off. So she goes 10, 20.
Be funny if she just fled combat.
Right. That's what happened.
So-
She just leaves the screen. It's fine.
She tries to make it for the bush, but she doesn't quite make it. And then she just like throws a dagger. I mean, it's pretty far, but she's gonna try. That's all she can really do.
Yeah, our dagger's like 30 range when.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, so she like tries to throw a dagger, but it lands short. It like it makes it to like here.
We just hear a thud.
Yeah, she tried. Like, all right, all right. So next is Tristan.
All right. I'm over here. I'm gonna see if I can pick my guy up. Moving the map again. Select move.
So when I mouse over my dude, I get like the four corners cross thing. That
Yeah.
like
Yeah, yep. That's like you can rotate it in that one.
Yeah, I don't have a mouse though, so I'm playing on a Chrome board, so I just have
Oh.
the one. So I'm trying. Every time I move it, I like move the whole board. Jason, can you just pick me up and move me 6 squares straight up to the right side of that big log that's laying down?
There.
Wherever 6 square puts me is great.
I think I went one too many. All right. Yep. All right. Cool. And you're gonna shoot him.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot that guy.
Okay.
+5.
Oh yeah,
18 hit.
that hits.
All right. Oops, 6. 7 damage.
Oh yeah, that kills him. Yeah, you just shoot him, and like just the pressure of your bow just picks him up, and he just flies back and dies. All right.
That's not how that works.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. It's like he just like pulls out a ballista. All right. Go ahead.
It's physically impossible with the mass of the boat. Never mind. Anyway, let's see. I can move 30, so she's 5 ahead of me. That's 25. So I could move here, huh?
Yeah, you actually get an additional square above her because she's like technically a dwarf, so she moves less than you.
Right, but I moved 30, and she was 5 squares above me, and then I go 1 to the right. That's 6. So 6 times 5 is 30. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to like explain what was happening.
Okay. So I have cover from them, but that means the cover's also blocking my shot, right?
No, because you can like kind of peek out and shoot, and then duck back. Like
Oh, okay.
that's
So
fine.
it's not that high.
Yeah.
Okay. cool then. I'm going to Eldritch Blast the little Benem on the right side here.
Okay. Yep.
An 8?
That does not hit.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Yep.
So does something horrible happen to me?
No. I don't really do that. I think it's fun for like bad guys, but like I don't like you don't like explode or like your weapon doesn't break. Like I don't do that.
One of the rule that I always like to do with this is that if they roll a 1, you then have them roll again, and then based on what they roll, if it's like above a certain amount, then nothing bad happens. But if they roll really, really low again, based on how low they roll, you can decide if something shitty happens. I don't know if you.
I will allow you.
I mean, I'm kind of arguing against myself right now.
Yeah.
So, but like, I'm not gonna force. I just think that's a thing to consider.
Uh,
But anyways,
yeah, I don't think I want to do that generally, but if you would like to opt in to that experience, I will allow you to get on that train.
I'm the only one doing it.
I mean, who knows?
Fuck it. You know what? I'm a gamer. I'm here for the experience.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. 1d20. 14.
14.
So that's probably high enough that nothing happens.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Basically, like you just fire off your blast and it just dissolves beforehand. You're sort of like all right, you know.
You were actually trying to make it look good. That's what happened.
I tried to give him the old razzle dazzle.
Yep. All right, cool. Now it's their turn. So let's see here. Actually, they're gonna all move out and attack her because she's just like out in the open.
Is she?
Yeah, she didn't quite make it to the bush. So...
Oh, I see where it's bushes, not rock anymore. Got it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So attack number 1.
Good thing she has a shield, huh?
Attack number 2. Yeah. Attack number 3. Okay. All right. So they just pelt her with rocks, and she just goes down. Like
God
she's
damn it!
Oh.
I'm running out of shirt.
We can recycle. It's fine.
That is not best practice with bandages. I would know that, so recycle away.
Right.
All right. So this guy finishes doing his job. Like he just like whatever trap is happening happens fully, and then he sort of gets up. But that's like his whole turn. Like he didn't really like. He's like, what's happening? Like he didn't really notice. And then can I have both of you make a perception check, please, for me?
He's like putting down a claymore. Oh gosh,
Gosh, we're really good at
Yeah,
this.
you notice nothing. All right, cool. Back
We're
to
in the woods.
good
Oh,
trees.
no.
All right. So, Raylene, you were first.
His initiative's before me, bud.
Oh, Tristan was first. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tristan.
I'm going to attempt to bow another one. I will attempt to shoot this guy.
Okay.
Whoa, what just happened? I'm guessing a 7 does not hit.
It does not. All right. Raylene, now.
Well, jeez, you don't have to be so pushy about it. Yeah, that guy right there, Elder Splash. Bam!
There you go.
All right, roll some damage.
Bam!
Boom. You said this guy, right?
Yeah.
He does. Oh. He is dead. Yeah, again, just you hit him, and then like ragdoll physics takes over, and he just spins and flies, and then just hits the ground. Okay, cool. So, yep, you wouldn't know that. They attack. They're gonna move this away and attack Tristan.
I'm rooting for you, bud.
I know, right? I'll just take a nap.
Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Fuck.
Take 5 damage.
Terrific.
So
I'm
just
looking
pop.
pretty dead.
Are you
Alright.
at 1?
Nope, just a little bit above that, but not doing well.
Okay. So
All
you're
right.
unconscious.
So
I see this and I shout, get Better cover.
So this dude, this trap maker, he sort of looks and sort of surveys the scene. Then he communicates in some language neither of you understand to this direction. Like he like faces that way and talks to them, and then he just sort of wanders off in that direction.
Okay. Let's hope we can kill these two.
All right, Tristan, your turn.
Yeah, try to hit one of them. We'll shoot the one on screen left.
So you can in this version you can attack and then move, right? So if
Yep.
you want to attack and then go
Yeah,
cover.
that's my goal is to get cover after I shoot.
Okay.
20, not natural.
That's gonna hit.
Where am I at? 1d8.
Kills him.
Boom.
Yeah.
Dead. Yep.
I
Again,
would like
yeah.
to move, but I can't move my fig. I'd like to move behind the back bush where our doctor friend is.
Oh.
To the right, sorry, to screen right behind that shrub.
He'd
Cool.
be one square above me, I think.
Yep. All right. Yep. You make it there. Cool.
I'm gonna attempt to hit the remaining guy.
Let's do it. Boom. Yep, that's a hit. Damage. That takes him out.
Okay. Unless someone else is joining the initiative, I'm going to immediately attempt to stabilize what's her tits or.
Yes. So
I'll go over with you, and I don't know anything about it, but I'll follow your lead.
So, actually, like, exactly the same thing happens, basically. You run over, you rip your shirt, and then she just wakes up. Like, she's like...
I want it to be that I'm awkwardly wrapping it around her again.
You're all the way close. You're, like, almost, like, face to face when she wakes up and her eyes open, and she's like, get off me!
You try and help some people. I say perhaps it's best we retreat for now and attempt to prosecute this attack a little later.
She's sort of like, yeah, maybe that might be best.
Back to your hole in the ground then.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, we're gonna retreat.
Yeah. So you guys are able to retreat. It doesn't seem like he just like the trap maker just wandered off. Like he didn't seem to care that the other kobolds died or whatever they did. Like he just walked away.
Okay.
And then there definitely wasn't anything else that you noticed. You know. So you guys make it back to the hole, and she says, "All right, I guess we're gonna sleep here." It's like
it might be kind of snug.
Yeah, she's like, "I guess we'll dig a bigger hole, I guess." So,
yeah.
Is there a tree nearby? I'll just sit up in the tree.
I don't know if that's a good idea with 2 hit points. you slip and fall. You fail the climb check and you die.
So as you sort of as you're sort of just deliberating where exactly you're gonna like sleep and how the sleeping arrangements are gonna work, your necklaces sort of give off like a pulse, like they're about to start whirring up.
Oh crap!
The amulets.
I take mine off and put it around her.
Okay. She's like, I don't want that, and she like takes a step back, like she knows what it is.
Shit.
I'm gonna let the doctor get her attention, and then I'm basically just gonna go up and like put my hands on her back, and I'm hoping that it's teleport by touch or something like that for her.
Yeah. I'm just like, but you're so close. You're so injured. We can't leave you out here alone. I'm gonna make a persuasion check, Jay.
Sure, let's do it.
To persuade her.
Mm-hmm.
And blah 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 blah. Huzzah!
All right,
Oh,
so I want you to just role play. It's like you're trying to persuade her, but you just like you can't find the
okay.
words.
I got it. Look. So, listen. Yeah. So staying here. Um, there's good ice cream back at the forge. I heard, and maybe we could get married. I don't know. I mean,
She's just like ice cream and then marriage. Think that's I think maybe there needs to be some time in between those two things. I don't know what's culturally appropriate to you.
but as a side bonus, though, Jason, because I've made such an ass of myself, he should probably get like a bonus to fucking sneaking up on her because of how
All
taken
right.
aback she might be.
Yeah, she's definitely taken aback. If you would like to Tristan, if you want to put the necklace on her, like while she's distracted, you definitely could get advantage doing that.
Can I do stealth for that, or would it be sleight of hand? What would you like?
I think this would have to be a sleight of hand for that one.
Okay.
Unless you were trying to like force it, then it could be like strength or something. But
Nope.
Grr, necklace.
yeah.
Well, no, doesn't he have advantage? So he
Oh,
can
I
roll-
have it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that's
way better. Way better. So, so what happens is she's like just aghast at the prospect of like marrying you,
Ice
uh,
cream and
and,
marriage?
and she like doesn't know how to react, and then all of a sudden you just see like the necklace just like slip on, and then they just like are gone. They're vanished, and Tristan.
Well, can I have a moment? Do I see him?
Oh yeah, you see him sort of like.
I'm gonna say, start making your way home.
yeah. So you both, and then Tristan, you are sort of like I imagine sort of like the realization that you're sort of alone in the middle of this forest as sort of the camera sort of like comes out of the top of the trees and like you see it's like almost dark now, just sort of sets in. Um, what are you gonna do?
I'm going.
Now he doesn't have to dig a bigger hole.
Right. I'm going to attempt to find cover for this hole. Whether it just be like a couple big bushy branches. Put that over that. And if I am getting tired, I don't know if I have to sleep or if I go to a trance like state like the elves do. But I'll get ready for a rest and then I will start making my way back.
All right, so you're gonna take a long rest or a short rest?
I think I only need a short rest, which is 4 hours.
No, a short rest is only 1 hour.
Oh, let me double check to see what the reading in the book says
All right,
for
cool.
me.
Go ahead and do that.
Well, if you're trying to heal, it's different, right?
No, because he's already used his hit dice, so taking a short rest won't.
Right, I think I have to do what's considered a long rest.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Turn off the whole light. Sure, turning all off.
It does not say on the half elf.
Yeah, so I will say like you'll have to take some sort of rest longer than
Yeah,
a
it's
short
gonna
rest.
either be 4 or 8 hours. I don't know which one.
Right.
Well, I think if it's healing, it's not like it's different than sleep. I think for you as a half elf or an elf or whatever, you don't have to sleep as long. But
Right.
as far as for things like healing or whatever, I think you have to go
Yeah.
longer.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong. I'm trying to.
So you're spending the night there.
Yep.
All right. So give me a nature check to see if you can like cover this up, well enough to hide.
12.
Okay. And then so you spend the night there, and then we'll say you're able to make it back, but it takes like forever. Like it takes like a long time, and like you come back and you've been sort of hit by some more traps and things. It was not a pleasant experience, and it takes you like another like full day of travel to get back home, like by yourself. Cause like this dude has like the trap makers, there are new traps in the place that like you
Well,
went.
hold up.
Okay.
Um, so we've gone back, and on the next day, I'm going to go back out and meet him halfway.
Um. Okay. All right. So we'll cut over then. So we won't do any of that, and we'll cut over. So you arrive back,
Yeah, 'cause I'm not
and
gonna fucking just like leave him out there to die.
right,
Like,
right. So we'll make a more
he'll
informed
get home.
we'll make a more informed decision in a minute then. So we'll cut over to Raylene, who has arrived in the sort of Great Hall where you guys met originally, and you arrive with Koiden, which is perfect, except you're missing one of the people. Um, the head dwarf Keen, he's like, you brought it back, and then he sort of realizes what's happened, and he's like, oh no. Uh, he's like, what happened to Tristan?
Well, these things sort of decided to work on their own, and we had to decide whether or not to complete the mission and possibly have to go get someone else, or leave your daughter out there. Or no, this is the mayor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave her out there alone again with possible enemies. So we chose the. Well, you see the results. My friend is still alive, and I will be making as much haste as possible to go back and retrieve him.
He's like, if it's good that you brought her back, but if they see you return without him, that will not be good.
Who's they?
The people, like if you leave the hall and the general populace sees that he didn't return, like that won't be good for us.
Yeah, but in the matter of a day, he'll be back with me anyway, so they'll get over it.
Okay.
like, oh no, he's not there. It's like, yeah, I just gotta go get him.
Sure.
If you're really concerned about the outcome, send some guards with me.
Okay. Give me a I'm trying to think of what this would be. Give me just like a straight charisma.
As opposed, okay, 17.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you go back out and you retrieve him, and yeah, you meet him up with him. It takes a while. There are new traps. You're able to get in touch with them and then come back.
All right.
So to kind of as we do a debrief here, what or how like relay the message or like kind of debrief the briefly what happened, if and how you would tell the Keen what happened.
Okay, so you want us to relate to Mayor McCheese what happened?
Yeah,
Basically?
exactly. Just briefly.
Okay. Um. Well. Um. We before we left, we spent some time with Coyton's parents and got as much information as possible about the daughter and how where she what her tendencies might be and how we might get in contact with her. Um, as soon as we were told that she likes the forest and that's where we went. We followed the path that made the most sense. Um, and upon finding what appeared to be a campsite, we used a signal that is was commonly used between her father and her. She responded to it. We found her. Along the way, we came across a number of kobolds both before and after we found her, including was it a humanoid? What was it that was the trapper? What were they?
Yeah, it was still a kobold. It was just like a sort of smarter one, it seemed.
Some sort of smarter kobold that was planting all the traps we'd come across. Um, we had a difficult time in that battle and were forced to retreat. At which point these things started bringing us home, and then through some um, quick decision making on Tristan's part, we were able to get her back. And then from there, I think I have to turn the story over to him, I guess. Everything else.
He looks over at you, Tristan.
Yeah, where I grew up, kind of on the streets, I kind of just imagined all the trails being streets, and I was able to sleep in the hole that we had found in the ground. But navigating was just trying to envision the trees and everything as like a cityscape or a townscape, so that way I could better navigate myself and try to position myself until my good friend, the doctor, came to help.
He nods and he's like, "Ah, I did not realize he was so skilled in medicine. Excellent."
Neither did I.
Thank you both. He will, be very gracious with you. So the next thing that we're going to work out is, did you want to role play with her parents at all, or did you want to just skip over that, or like you return her? Like, I don't know if you want to talk to them at all.
I think it'll be more effective if we don't.
Sure. Okay, Jay, you agree with that?
Oh yeah, no, I totally think that we should not talk with the parents. Like, eventually, maybe we can go check up. That could be like another game if you and I are both in it. We could go check up with them and be like, "Hey, how's everything going? Is she still here?" And then just follow up in that way. So that way, it gives us something to introduce other players to. As like, oh, we already have this lead. Maybe they will then have something different, or they heard of another problem. So it could be another way to get us different jobs.
Definitely a good idea.
I will, before she goes back, I'm going to scrawl a note that says, "I haven't forgotten our deal. If you go back to fight him, don't go alone. Let me know."
All right, cool. All right. So the last thing that we're going to do here is we're going to set your characters kind of on autopilot. The way this is going to work is you're going to pick something to do in the town until you play next time. If it's one game, it won't make much of a difference, but it will make an impact. And if it's long, then then it'll give you more of an impact. So if you want to just like do like, I'm going to just give an example. Like if you want to be like the tavern barkeep or something, like you'll just make gold, right? Like you'll get gold over time. If you want to like train the military guys, like the military reinforcements of the town will bolster over time. So you could like affect different things in that way. So what we'll do is I have just a very basic sort of top-down map of the town here. So imagine it's 4 levels. The top level here on the left is like the topmost thing is the farm, barracks, training, and then all the way at the bottom is the forge. So there's a lot of empty space. This is another living document. If you want to do something that's on this map, you can.
It's not on the screen
Oh,
for us.
sorry. I forgot to move you guys. So if it's on this map, if it's one of the 3 basic things, like if it's contained within there, we'll just put you in there. If it's not, if you're like, I want to have a tavern, you can show me where you want to put it, and then the next time you come back, like I'll draw a tavern in here, and we'll sort of add to this city together as we sort of move on.
Jay, you know what my character's occupation is already.
Yeah, so you're just gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume that will earn me gold.
Okay.
And perhaps more status over time.
Okay.
And I mean, it will have the added benefit of increasing law and other things, but you know.
Yeah. So uh, to the audience on that sort of, it's gonna just be something that's revealed through play. We'll just get there when we get there.
Yeah.
And Tristan, what is Tristan gonna do?
I'm going to try to raise morales and kind of get together like I don't know, like a group of acrobatic people and do like tightrope walking and stuff like that, so that way people can laugh and have fun and um, I don't know, get like a little more agile per se.
Okay, cool. So yeah, any preference on you want to give me a ping on where you'd like to sort of start up this like carnival, just like any sort of place.
Is there one of them that is more like a townish area?
So over here, I didn't draw it in, but like I would imagine that the forge would be close to the marketplace. So like over here is sort of where the marketplace is, and then like sort of like a bazaar type scenario, and then like I think the second ring, this one is sort of more of just like a residential district, but it can go wherever.
That's probably where I am, by the by.
Okay, so I'll put you over there.
Um, to his ends, is the Great Hall the kind of place where people meet and stuff? Is that like a place that might be good to do? Or is that only used for like special events?
So the Great Hall would be like a special event,
Okay.
and then everyone like meeting for a big meal, like on the like the celebration days, or it's where Keen sort of holds his meetings. So I would say like if you want this carnival to cater more towards like the nobles and stuff like that, that's probably where you'd go. But like sort of the lower you get, the more like
Yeah, I'm going to be near the bottom because I want it to like I don't want to be at the very bottom, but I definitely want it to be like the bottom middle class people that are having their morales bolstered because the nobles are just getting richer, so that should make them happier.
sure, sure. All right, cool. So we'll put you kind of near the like the marketplace down here.
Sure.
Cool. All right, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and call that a game. The way that the experience is gonna work, I actually I played in this game. I thought it was really cool. So the way experience is gonna work is basically you have to play the games equal to the next level. So like when they play their second game, they will level up after that. When they play their third game, they'll get to level three. Like after three more games to get to level three, so on and so forth until we get to level five, I think it was, and then it's just like five, 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 five forever. Uh,
Yeah, the other game is level 4 because hitting the 5 game is a lot of games, unless you're going to run this like every night.
okay,
So
yeah,
the 3 or 4, depending on how many times in a week you want to run, I would look at like a year and be like, how many levels, how long is it going to, how many games does it take to get to level 8 and put a cap on it or whatever. And that may give you a little bit better of a timeline that you're looking for.
sure, cool, awesome. Well, I
When
hope
might we play next?
yeah, so I'm going to talk about that off camera. So we're I really thank you all for watching. I know this is our first episode and we're sort of figuring things out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to run this game again for these guys, other people, other friends, new friends in the future. Have a great night.